Hey, everybody, this is Beast. Welcome back to my channel. This is Scottyallenday. Well, as of late, I've been working really hard with, trying to secure a little bit more employment so I can be able to make a little bit more money and make ends meet a little bit better. And I have encountered human resources like I've never encountered before. And I think this is the main reason why there's people that are out there applying for jobs. And then all of a sudden, the company says, well, they've applied for jobs, and then all of a sudden, they're not coming. I mean, we want to hire them, but they got to finish the rest of the paperwork, but they're not finishing the paperwork, and we're not, and they just disappear. So, we're thinking that this is the age-old saying of, well, they're only here for the unemployment insurance. I think there's more to the story than what you think. So there's a couple of jobs that I went to, and I went in and they said, okay, well, we're going to send you a link, and you're going to be notified by another website, and they're going to send you a link, and then you just start the application process. But, okay, that's fine. So I went in and I got the link, and then I went in and I started working through the website, and I filled everything out accurately. I put the company names that I worked at and the phone numbers that I worked at and that I put down, and all my references and my education and everything that they wanted for it, especially like drug and alcohol testing, and it was a lot of information. It took me about 20 minutes to get through this packet, and so the regional HR director said, well, it'll take about 2 weeks for all of the process, which is about typical when you're in the transportation industry. They got to pull your DOT records, they got to do your criminal background check, and then you got to send in for a drug test, and they got to verify all your employment, and it's tedious work, especially when you're in a secured environment. So my next job is more than likely in a secured environment, so I can be able to have a little bit more stable work hours, stable paycheck. Now, what I have experienced with this will probably take 30% of the work market, the job applicant market, and they will say, screw this, I'm out of here. They filled out the information, and then all of a sudden they're watching what the results of this thing is. And they get an email about 3 days later saying, we could not verify this employer. I said, what? We cannot verify this employer. And let's say the name is Krabby Bus Company. And you worked for Krabby Bus Company for 17 years. And the actual name of the Krabby Bus Company is Super Entitled Management Transit Agency. But you've always been called Krabby Bus Company. So that's what you put on your application. And you don't notice on the side it says any other surnames that this company would have had. Well, you never think about that because you've always been called Krabby Bus Company. But you kind of remember that, so you put down a super entitled manager transit agency. And then you go down to the next one, and it's Sally's Seafood. And, well, you've never really knew what Sally's Seafood's parent company is. So if a company has a standard name and then a parent company, it'd be like Avis. You don't put down Avis Rent-A-Car. You have to put down Avis Budget Group. You don't put down what's on your paycheck. You put down what's on your W-2 for these hiring artificial intelligence websites. That's what makes it extremely hard to put this employment verification together. So if you forget that one part, it starts rejecting it. Now, what I put on mine was direct lines. I had one that was a employment verification line. And then the other 3 were direct lines to direct managers that I worked for that you could be able to verify to verify my employment. All 4 companies were rejected. And they wanted me to go in there and fix it. So I went in there and I fixed it. They were rejected again. Then I went in there and I said, okay, well, I'll upload my W-2s to verify that I've been employed and that I've worked there. And so I uploaded my W-2s, and one of my W-2s was rejected. So I put that in there again. And then I waited a little bit, and then all of a sudden it said, we couldn't see your W-2. So here, I'm telling the truth about all my employment, and they keep rejecting it. Now, being in this market, being in the computer industry for as long as I have, and knowing a lot about the computer industry, I learned something bigger. It's artificial intelligence. You have artificial intelligence. The robo girl from Welcome to Marriott Rewards, or the guy that calls you up and says extended auto warranty. And you know those voices. Now, these artificial intelligence, human resources are using those same voices. And my manager will pick up, and I talked with one of my managers. He picked up the phone, and within 3 seconds of that speech, he recognized those voices and instantly clicked out. Instantly hung up. Instantly, bzzz, and that was it. No verification. I wasn't going to verify at all. Busted. So I told my HR rep about it, and they said, you know what, I think you're right. Then they called up and they actually put real people to try and verify these lines. So they are using robo-dialers to verify human employment. So now you're putting yourself into a endless loop of stupidity and making the job harder for somebody to be able to finish up, and makes it much more frustrating. Now, if I was somebody else and I got that email and it says unable to verify employment, holy mackerel! You know what? I'm actively looking for a job, and if I'm in the right job market and somebody does something like that, nope, it ain't gonna happen. I'll go off to the next job. Has this happened to anybody? Let me know. Drop it in the comment section below. Let me know if you've experienced anything about these artificial intelligence type companies that are, using for hiring processes. Let me know in the comment section below. I mean, I'm kind of confused about it. I'm still learning about it. I'm still trying to process as much of it as I possibly can. But let me know if you guys experienced anything like this. If you have, drop it in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Until next time, let's keep on rocking.